is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, the sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, the sky is falling down.
Welcome, beautiful souls. My name is Rainy Day. I am a generational psychic medium, and believe it or not, I have had this gift, the gift of insight, since birth. And I am bringing to you a series of interviews with some incredible psychic mediums, and they all come from the beautiful Lisa Williams student community. Lisa Williams has been a mentor of mine for many, many years. Just because I was born this way doesn't mean that I am done learning. And I have had her grace and her incredible spiritual educator abilities from the Lisa Williams School. I love that she promotes being each other's own cheerleaders. She likes us to help each other out. And so in a few minutes, you're going to meet one or two, depending on who they are, some of these incredible people from this Lisa Williams student community. Big shout out to Lisa Williams, because truly she has taught me some things that I would have never have thought of. Boundaries with spirit. Ways to get evidence and identifiers as a medium, ways to really be that forensic psychic. If you're interested, she has the Lisa Williams International School of Spiritual Development, and you can find her website on lisawilliams.com. This is a non-paid endorsement. I am just paying it forward because there was a time when Lisa Williams and Muni from themuniverse.com offered a class on launch your psychic business, and it changed my life. And so ever since then, Spirit has guided me to help others who are from this beautiful community, help them grow, help them start their business, help them get the word out of their beautiful, talented gifts. And that's my goal here today, so that you can meet each one of these beautiful people and learn too different ways of connecting with spirit. You know, I am a spiritual educator, and one of the things that people always ask me is, how did you learn what you do? Or how do you connect? all of these people bring to the table a beautiful, eclectic array of spiritual abilities, and they were going to share how they developed their specialized area of psychic mediumship and help you grow, in those intuitive skills. And Lisa Williams, another shout out to her. If you have had any doubt about growing in your abilities, she is the one to tune into. So check her out. And in a few minutes, you're going to meet some of these beautiful people from that Lisa Williams community. And hopefully I'm going to be their biggest cheerleader, and you find them just as fascinating as I do. So stay tuned. We're going to get started with one of those beautiful souls. And there's a few that I interview that they work in pairs. There's a really unique duo coming up. Just these beautiful, wonderful spirits from all over the world, all over the country, coming to you shortly. Again, my name is Rainy Day. You can find me at rainyday.com. Yes, that really is my name. I promise you. I swear. Pinky swear. We'll see you in a minute, and you can just enjoy these wonderful interviews. And I just want to thank each and every one of them for allowing me and trusting in me. And hopefully their message came through, and it will resonate with you. So get ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody. I am so excited because I have a really eclectic, really different, beautiful soul with me here today. And if you listen to the intro, you know that all of these wonderful psychic mediums, animal communicators, Reiki healers, crystal healers, you name it, it runs the entire gamut, is from the beautiful Lisa Williams student community. This is on our Facebook page. I've been doing this for about 1.5 years, and I like to highlight those beautiful psychic mediums, those energy workers, those light workers, an opportunity so that you all can get to know them even better. So today I am with LunaDee's. Sometimes she likes to just be called Luna. And I am so ready to find out more about her. I know you are. So let's bring her on. Let's meet. Let me unpin myself. Where am I? La, 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 la. I know, right?
Technology.
It's Mercury in retrograde. I'm telling you, it's Mercury in retrograde. Let's go to the gallery view. I'm telling you, I was doing a live Tarot Tuesdays with my partner in crime. We do this every Tuesday, and it looked like we went completely off, but we were still rolling and live, and I don't even know how that happened. So welcome. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself.
Hey, everybody. My name is Deanna. LunaDee is my professional name, but I do go by both. I am an intuitive healer from Florida. I've been here for 16 years, and I've been practicing for a lot longer than that, but definitely new to the interview process and putting myself out there and making
this is
it
your
happen
opportunity.
and just doing the thing.
Right? Sometimes you just have to take a leap of faith, and you're in good hands, beautiful, because I too was once there. And it's almost like coming out of the psychic mediumship healer closet. That's how I kind of talk about it. But
definitely.
What is so good about what we do and being in the Lisa Williams student community is that she makes us feel safe. And, everybody that I've met, that I've interviewed from her community, is like on that verge of just opening the door, just like you are, getting ready to just put both feet out. So as an intuitive healer, because I am an energy healer, and there's so many words that talk about it, but tell me about a little bit more about what you do. Like, I'm a Reiki master, Seraphim Blueprint practitioner, but I don't even call myself that. I'm just kind of like an energy healer, because I know, I read energy, I know where to go and what to do. So tell me a little bit about the mechanics of that, how you do it, what makes you unique.
The process for me is really, it's hands-on. So my hands are my guide, and I get certain feelings, and intuitively I just know where to go. And I've recently gotten a certificate in, well, it's been over a year now, but in crystal healing. So I've added that element to it. So I'm using my intuitive gifts with the energy of crystal healing as well. So,
you know, when I went on your Facebook page, you have that posting of that heart, and around your wrists, you have some beautiful crystals. I absolutely hate crystals. I mean, no, I've got them everywhere. You're my people. I feel you.
Totally.
Right. So when I come to you, what can I expect for a healing? Where do we start? What do we do? What's the look and feel of it? How does Luna, and I love your name because my little grandbaby, her name is Luna too.
Oh, see?
So when I saw your name that you like to go by Luna, I'm like, she's my person.
I do. And that's a long time coming. I've really, as far as my name, I've always had an affinity for the moon since I'm a child. And the same goes for my crystals and my collections. Like I've always collected shells and rocks from the beach, hagstones and things before I even knew they had a name. And so now bringing it forward to present day, I'm able to utilize those crystals. So if you were to come to me, or when you do come to me for a healing, first we would really chit chat and figure out exactly what your goals are, what areas are physically affecting you, also any mood shifts or how you're sleeping, appetite changes, any sort of physical changes of
so you do
way.
Like a little human existence consultation and
right, like a triage, if you will.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
energy healing triage. I'm going to use that. That's beautiful. That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's just because I have a medical and dental background. So for me, going into healing arts, I'm able to combine both my logical self that wants to heal and make sure that I'm hitting all the marks for my client, but then also bringing in the intuitive element so I can really start to work with those energies and get everything flowing the proper way.
I love that. So after you've had this triage, I'm going to use that. That's so brilliant. After you do this energetic triage, where do you go from here? And then I want to, after you're done about the mechanics, I want to talk about how do you choose the crystals to use? Because that's a lot of I'm also a spiritual educator. A lot of my students want to know the mechanics of what we do.
Oh, sure. And it's super interesting too, because there are many different ways for me to get into the, to work with the energy. First, I do find with this triage that it really, it has accountability or holds accountability for the client, that they're really signing on and they're open to the healing that is occurring, because, you know, people may know that they need to be there, but are they really willing to be open to be there and heal? Huge point. So, you know, I really, during that triage time, we work on that. I then get them either, now I do distance healing, which has mainly been where I've been treating virtually for.
But this, do you do via Zoom or just privately? You let them know that you'll be doing, how is it via Zoom?
Both.
Wow.
Both. It's been basically Facebook Messenger has been, and also Duo, like Google Duo. So I'd imagine that Zoom is going to be coming into the fold pretty soon. But yeah, it's and a lot of the time I can even do it over the phone. I just like to have the voice connection with my client.
I love that, because for me, I need pictures. I'm a visual, energetic person. I don't know that so far, I'm 60 years old. I've been like this my whole life. Oh my gosh, you look fantastic. I wake up every day. I'm just glad I wake up. Keep doing that energy work. You look amazing. Oh, thank you. It's good DNA. I'm going to count it off to good DNA. But this is so unique because most healers, especially the ones that do distant, really don't want a lot of contact. And I find it fascinating that you like to hear the voice. that resonant. It carries a
Mhm.
vibration.
It does. It absolutely does. Just
Wow.
like your name, just by saying someone's name. I mean, that carries its own vibration to itself. It's just the element of sound. I also, when you do come for a healing, when I have a healing going on, I utilize Hertz frequency music, and
What?
so
Tell me more. What? Don't just,
well.
no, tell me more about the, what, the heart? That's
So
awesome.
Hertz, yeah. So it depending on exactly what needs to be healed, I will utilize certain frequencies, sound frequencies, in order to boost and facilitate that healing. So a personal favorite for me is 432 hertz. That's the natural order hertz to use, and you can find it. You can do a simple search on YouTube and just
Love
pick
YouTube
up.
for that.
I use Spotify just because I don't have any commercials, but whatever music source or streaming music service you use, you can find Hertz music, and you can find charts around as well for what you're specifically looking for as well.
But you mainly use the 432 hertz.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then what can we expect? Do you turn it on headphones, or do you turn it on you, or do you send them? How? Tell me,
Both.
guide me through a session.
Both. So I will turn it on in the room as the healing is occurring. And then I will also, if it is distance healing, I will send links to what I'm using, as far as the Hertz music, as far as the crystals I'm using, the chakra that we're working on. So that does come after. But again, we get y'all set up nice and relaxed. I will have a grid set up under the massage table, so the like a shelf underneath, and just to magnify those frequencies. And it's got a quartz generator in the center, and it just depending on what we're working on. Yeah,
you had
I
me a
just set it
crystal
all up.
grid. You had me a crystal grid. So do
I
you
do.
set it up before the client comes, or do you set it up? How do you get your crystal grids? How do you know what, even for your distance healing, how do you know what to use? Do you energetically just know? What kind of
Yes.
spidey senses do you use? That intuitive side?
Definitely. Definitely. And it's twofold, because I will always, during my healing work, utilize certain crystals and frequencies within the space. So we're talking a lot of selenite. I will utilize black tourmaline as well. And those are typically on my grid. But then as the triage occurs, now typically I know where we're going. So I'll already have like those certain crystals.
I love that you said that.
I usually know. And so, even when I'm doing a reading, because I do readings as well, any sort of healing session, yes. So
We'll get to that. Oh my goodness.
Definitely. But yeah, I will always get the whatever crystal it's supposed to be, whatever the client needs to facilitate their healing will come to me. So that's pretty much what I do. And then once the triage is complete, I'll add a couple of other Jimmy lovelies, and we just keep it moving. So
oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I love tourmaline. Love. I have it around my office because, as we all know, tourmaline for me absorbs that negative energy, absorbs that spiritual gick. That it's almost like a psychic vacuum cleaner. It takes away that lower negative energy. And what I notice about tourmaline, I don't know about you, but it fluffs off, and you have little bits and pieces left over. And over time, I take that dust and I bury it in Mother Earth so that she can take that energy and dispel it and do what she will. In your healings, it's so cool that you use them in your healings. What is the purpose of the tourmaline and some of the other crystals that you might use? Like I saw on on your finger, is it fluorite that you have, or was it a fluorite bracelet? What are their
Fluorite
crystals, and
bracelet.
what is their purpose?
Mhm.
Why would you use those specific ones, and what is their purpose?
It all depends on the area we're trying to heal. So mainly it's going to work off of your chakra systems. And there are certain stones that correlate with those chakra systems. So let's say, for example, hematite, bloodstone. Those would be for your lower chakras, as well as garnet or ruby. As you move further up the channel, you'd be looking at a, let's say like a tangerine quartz or a carnelian for your sacral. And then as you move up, you'd get into your yellow stones. So those would be your citrine.
Love citrine.
Oh, I do as well. Natural citrine is just.
I use it on, my mother found this for me. Literally, and I use this
look at
on my
that.
solar plexus.
Beautiful.
I love that you say that. I have crystals everywhere. I'm a crystal whore. I'm a crystal whore.
Same. I can't. I can't. I never met a crystal I didn't like. So.
So now we're at the heart. What would you use for that?
Well, you can go either way. You can go green or you can go pink. So I find that I like rhodochrosite. I like pink agate. I also utilize, depending on what else the client or the overall for the client, I would say Seraphos, which is a green Greek quartz. I'll utilize that sometimes. Also bloodstone. Like that's a stone.
Girl,
that's
you know
found
your
under
crystals,
the
because
water.
that's like a really unique one, and very rare do I find. I've been around for a while. Do I find someone using that crystal in their heart space? That's the green. Usually they're adventuring and they're the typical jade. And you're so eclectically unique. I love it. How about throat? Oh, go ahead.
Well, I would say just to respond about the Seraphos, that it comes from the water. Like that's where you find it. It's specifically in the sea in this area of Greece. And what else is better in your heart than flow?
Oh my God. I have chills literally. My butterflies are going to fly off my arm any minute.
Same. I just absolutely adore Seraphos. I use it for heart healing. I use it for prosperity grids. I will use it in various ways because I just adore it. Honestly, any crystal that grows underwater, like Kambaba jasper is another one. That grows underwater. It's sea kelp. So anything that is formed underwater, I'm a fan. So.
Luna, I'm a fan of yours because no, seriously, because you're not just that typical, usually I already know what they're going to say when I ask these questions, but I love the fact that you have really surprised me and just suck me in. I want to know more. Most of my clients, their throat chakra is totally blocked and closed. And I can't wait to hear what you use for the throat chakra, because I'm going to steal it and I'm going to use it.
I'm a big fan of amazonite at the throat chakra.
Oh, hell. I never even thought of doing that.
Yeah, that's a big one for me. I will use lapis lazuli in combination when it's
and you said it right.
Right?
It's the little things that make me happy.
I don't know. I mean, I'd say saying the name properly isn't such a little thing.
You're
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
So yeah, and then let's see. So then we go up to the crown area.
Third eye. Don't pass
third
up
eye.
that third eye.
Third eye. Third eye. Oh, that's true. Very true. Very true.
It took me forever to bite the bullet and buy.
Look at that.
So I have to tell you a big shout out. Her name is. She's on Instagram and she does live crystal sales, and her prices are like wholesale. Now I have
Oh,
a wholesale license.
amazing.
I could buy them, but can I tell you, this was $60.
That's a beautiful scepter. Oh my gosh,
$60. And
gorgeous.
Bees, Sage and Crystal, she has a website, but she also does live sales. Check her
Okay,
out. And I have to give her a shout
I
out,
will.
especially to
I
a girl
absolutely will.
who knows crystals, because
Mm,
all of her, for me, I'm like, share the love. So third eye,
definitely.
I'm on pins and
Um,
needles for the third eye.
Azurite.
Ugh.
Azurite's a favorite. It's rare. I can only find the blueberries, really. I mean, I would love a nice gemmy piece of azurite, but those are far and few between now, just because they've been so used for, the years of Edgar Casey. So
Right?
it's
Oh my
been,
God. I
yeah.
forgot all about that.
Yes, he uses
You know
azurite.
your shit. That's all I'm gonna say. Girlfriend knows
Thank
her
you.
shit. Edgar
And you know
Casey,
what?
I
It's my
studied him.
love. It's my love. Like I love.
Oh, you
my
can't
crystals.
tell.
I love the work. Yeah, I love it. So
You
it's
do
easy
love
to
it.
learn.
But when you
Mhm.
love it, that's when it
Mhm.
translates into pure energy. And that's what I'm finding. I'm falling in love with this girl right now. She's amazing. All right, go to the crown, I guess. I mean, because
guess
I'm
if we
just
have
already
to.
wowed. I don't know how much more you can wow me.
I'm gonna be basic. I am an amethyst girl. I love I have every kind of amethyst. I would say my favorite type of amethyst is trapeche. I wear a pendant every day of
Is that
trapeche
what you have on
amethyst.
now?
I don't. This is actually lapidolite.
Oh my God, girl.
And that's the same. That's on the cover photo on my page.
The
That
heart.
purple heart. It's the same. It's just a different batch. So this one's a little lighter. That other one though, that heart is like such a deep purple, and it's so like glittery and gemmy. Oh, it's so cute. I love her.
That's beautiful too. Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you. Yeah,
I
it's a
found
key.
another crystal whore.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. Trust me. I love.
I see a series of you and I doing on YouTube Live, teaching people and talking about crystals and energy. Just saying, girlfriend. We may have to do that like once a month or something, because
I would
I
love
think
it.
I found my kindred spirit right here.
Oh, absolutely. I knew. Like the second I saw that post in the Lisa Williams community, I was like, I have to jump at this. And it was just like, you just grabbed me, your energy grabbed me. And I was like, I gotta just do it. Like, do it. You're gonna be in good hands. And here we are, crystal whoring together. I love it.
We are, but I have the Las Vegas sun just drowning my eye out. But that's okay.
Goodness.
I love the sun because my symbols are sunflowers, and sunflowers love to look and follow the sun. So I'm
definitely
good. I'm good. So do you like write a prescription for crystals? Tell me about how do you educate? If I were to come to you for an energy healing, what would you, I don't know that you would send me away with them, but you might give me a list of different things. What does that look like?
Well, I usually will give a list of crystals that are going to open the channel. Yes, we're going to be, doggy's barking. Sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it. You know what? Spirit knows dogs know when spirit's connecting. I'm surprised mine haven't gone off. I call it my husband works from home too. So we call it our alarm. Our alarm's going off. So there must be somebody outside. Either that or my husband says, do we have dead people in here, Rainey, again?
Always, honey. They're always here.
Yes.
Do they ever go anywhere? No.
They're always poking. When they know they can talk to you, it's like poke, 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 poke. And that's the one thing I love about Lisa. It's a great segue into what classes, how did you get to know Lisa, and have you taken any courses, and what are they? Because I'm always interested, because she offers such a wide variety. You being an energy healer, I'm really interested to see what you gained and gleaned from her exquisiteness.
Well, I took the mediumship circles last year. So that was April. It was during quarantine. And
I think I was in the same class.
I really wanted to Wouldn't that be funny? Another synchronicity, my dear.
I'm telling you, it's lining up.
Yep. So I wasn't going to let that time that I'm trapped inside go by and do nothing with it. That's how I felt. And I chose to take I took 2 rounds of classes with her that time. I'd always been a fan of hers for years, though, from watching her on TV and
oh
all
yeah,
of
I
that.
have all of
She
her
was
books.
always, oh, she's just incredible.
I'm not a stalker, a fan.
a fan.
Right. But didn't we get so much out of that? I mean,
Yes.
I've done it. I was born this way. So I'm
Same.
like a Sixth Sense kid, right? We all
Right.
are born this way. It's just,
Mhm.
I knew of it because I had a grandmother who nurtured that and who
Right.
mentored me. But still to this day, I'm always looking to connect the dots and learn more. And from her, there were like 5 really cool points that she gave us. Come up with a name. What was the cause of death? Number 3, give them identifiers and evidence. Number 4, give them the message and what that connection is, and then wrap it up. Those little prompts have helped me to really just do quicker, more in-depth, quick readings. I don't know about you, but that's what I got out of that.
I agree with that. And another point that I absolutely loved of hers was utilizing like the box chart and lining up the because you always have your everyone that shows up, right? And then you have the one that everyone wants, that they want, that your sitter wants to hear from. So it's important to make sure that you acknowledge everyone that's there, or at least like the 3 or 4. And then once you get to the star attraction, if you will, like the one, that's all they're really going to want to talk to. But there are other people that are there for them. So that was really helpful in going through and like, again, just I have a stellium in Virgo in my natal chart. So I'm all about the organization. And so lining up those family members or loved ones and just passing on the hello. Oh, I have your grandma here, and I have uncle with a B here, and then I have this one, but I also have your sister, and like the sister's the star attraction, because by the time you get to sister, they're not going to listen anymore. They're
right.
like,
everything else goes out the window.
That's
they're
it.
Like,
so you've got to make sure you get every one in before you get to that point. So that was super helpful. That one was a big one for me.
They are going to love this, because I had forgotten about that. I think I kind of naturally did that, and that didn't stick with me as much, but that's an important concept, because they do all show up. Mm-hmm. And that works for you. Do you still, so you're a medium too now?
Well, yeah, I was born a medium. And I remember spirit forming next to my bed as a child. And honestly, it terrified me. And I knew, I remember like begging, just praying, like, I just don't want to see it. Like, I can know it's there, and I could feel that they're there. And, I don't care if I smell them, but I just can't see them with my eyes. It really scares me. So then I stopped seeing them with my eyes.
So crazy you say that, because I interviewed Tawny Lewis earlier, and she said something very similar to me. Mm-hmm. She prayed it away, and then it kind of did go away, because we're setting boundaries with spirit, and they are accommodating us. Right. But you had a similar experience. See, if it weren't for my grandmother, I would have done that, or have been medicating myself all the time, because they just come, right? I mean, tell us like your earliest experience that you can remember.
Aside from the forming next to my bed, it looked like black static or glittery sand forming next to my bed. And of course, like as a child, you're like, am I really seeing this? And like, you're rubbing your eyes, like expecting it's just because you slept hard on your eyes or something, and no, it just like keeps coming.
Or it's that boogeyman that TV tells you is under the bed, and then you really freak out.
Right.
See your dog, boogeyman. I said boogeyman, and he's on it. No boogeyman's here.
It's true.
That's your gatekeeper.
It's true. It's very true. He's a sweet dog.
Aww.
So, but that would occur, and then it wasn't generally supported within my household because I was raised strict Roman Catholic.
I totally get it. You don't even need to say anymore.
Right. I mean,
light a candle, Hail Marys.
Right. And honestly, though, I wouldn't be able to do the work now, though, without that base. And I know that should be true. I have a very close working relationship with Mother Mary. And I don't know if I would ever have that if I was not raised
Me too.
Catholic. See?
And I'm not Catholic, but I was raised Christian Science, which is a whole other debacle.
Right.
But you glean away, in my opinion, from religion the things that do work, because there's good foundation in religion. It's when in my opinion, it's when the people get involved, and that's when it kind of goes awry. But I love that.
Yes. Yeah. So and it's funny because I had
from that.
It did. Basically at that point I freaked myself out enough that I didn't see anything. I would feel weird things, but I just didn't really acknowledge it. I was like, okay, that feels funny. Like, we're not going to go in there. And I'm not going to go, I'm going to walk a different way to school today, or I'm going to, or to, the bus stop. I'm going to go around this corner instead. And, that may seem scary. It's probably not the wisest decision, but at the time it was, my instincts leading me, and it never led me astray. But maybe
you were being protected and didn't know it because you avoided something that you never even had to worry about the outcome.
Exactly.
That's my takeaway.
Exactly. And that's something that carries me through to this day. I will always follow my instinct. My grandmother was super Catholic, but definitely worked in energy. She may not have done direct healings, but her power of prayer and her sense of knowing it couldn't be beat, and
power of prayer is an energy healing. I believe.
Absolutely. I have her rosaries. I had during one of my classes, I was not able to get a mala for that particular class, and I ended up using her rosary as a tool for that class. And it really it was so perfect and beautiful. Like, I'm so happy I ended up not having the mala, because it was what needed to be. I needed that bonding with her. And she could always read people.
There's a reason that you listen to her.
Definitely. And she could always read people. So I grew up believing that was very natural. My sister would always, so it's in the family lines. My sister would always know, she'd be like, oh, the phone's ringing. Like, oh, grandma's calling, and the phone wasn't ringing yet. And then all of a sudden the phone would ring. So
you're like, crap.
Right.
Like, if you don't know, it's like,
right. And she was little. So like, she was like 5 or under, maybe 4. And so she's this little baby, and
you can't make that up.
No. So that's something. And then, again, just going through Catholic school, I sort of kept everything at bay. And then once I got into high school, I was really drawn to nighttime divination. So, dream interpretation and astrology. So I started dabbling in those. Yeah. And then I started writing charts when I was around 19, drawing natal charts. And
that's like a huge skill set in and of itself. Look at you. You're not just an intuitive crystal healer. You're not just, so when you first started, you said, I'm an energy healer. Girl, you're so much more. I feel like I'm peeling an onion. I'm having a blast.
Me too. It's so fun. And it's like, when I'm actually talking about it out loud, I'm proud of where I am, and how much I've actually gone through to get to this point, and now I'm honoring myself and the work, my life's work, because I've been doing this since I'm 15. I'm 43. It's a long time. It's my whole life. And
one thing that I've noticed is that it's all divine timing.
Absolutely.
Because, and I love that you said honoring yourself, honoring your gifts, because that just shows me you're just full of love and grace and compassion. And oh my goodness, we could chat for, I feel like you and I could meet for coffee every week and it would be just like a new day. Like we just talked to each other yesterday. It just said my internet connection is unstable.
It did break up for a second, but it came right back. So we'll keep going.
So tell me more.
So
when did you decide to just say, I'm going to kick the can, this is what I'm doing? Did COVID kind of open that door for you?
As far as my mediumship, it did, because I knew that I had these gifts and I wanted to provide this service, because 2 years before that, I had started charging clients for readings, my intuitive readings, which are psychic mediumship readings. So it's basically just whatever comes through. I read the cards intuitively. Yes, I know the tarot. Yes, I know oracle cards, but it's more so just my interpretation and what comes through. And I was picking up on family members or loved ones from people, and I said, okay, like this is something that I know my clients would definitely accept. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to make sure that I was treating my clients correctly and putting in the work, becoming a professional as a medium. You can't have bad days. Like you have to pull your bootstraps up and go to work. And at the end of the day, if I'm not able to do that, then I'm doing a disservice to my clients. So I want to make sure that I have skill sets in place and continue that education and those practices so my clients benefit. It's for them. It's not for me.
You said professional, and I love you for that, because it is a profession. We have to show up. We have to be professional, and we have to have those ethics. And I am so grateful you said that. So grateful. So you give psychic medium readings too, huh?
I do. Yeah, that's honestly where I started. I was doing oracle and angel readings. I tried tarot cards when, again, around that same time I found nighttime divination. So like between 15 and 19. And it was a traditional Rider-Waite deck, and it just didn't resonate with me. And I couldn't get out of my own way. There were just too many rules, and I was freaking myself out, like, just learning all of the suits and the arcana and like what the numbers mean. It was just way too much. So I got into Angel Oracle, and then I progressed through getting other Angel Oracle decks, and then I picked up an Angel Tarot deck, and then the rest is history. But I will say this, I had a series of awakenings throughout the years. It's pretty much like every 4 years is my cycle. In 2008, my father passed away, and I started to there is a specific term for this or word for this, but I don't remember what it is right now. I used to, bird communication. So I was getting specific messages through birds, and not just, yes, so seeing a cardinal is beautiful.
And symbols.
Absolutely. But like legit bird communication, like, like the number of birdie tweets like coinciding with the number that's like right in front of me, and like it was very clear messaging, like
clear, yes, synchronicity. You couldn't not say this is not
right.
Dad.
Right, exactly. And and I felt him as these messages were coming through. My godmother, his sister and best friend, passed away less than 2 years later. There was no longer one blue jay, now there was two.
Cocktails, because that is, and the blue, the blue color. Look at what color you have on. You have blue.
Yep. Yes.
See, that's just, oh my God. See, I'm a big signs and symbols girl because that's how spirit talks to a lot of us. And a lot
Yes.
of people don't understand that your grandma's right here, your dad's right here, your mother's right here.
Yeah.
Can you not see them?
Right. Right.
Oh my God, that's beautiful. You had two of them. And then,
Yeah, so two came about, and then so that was 2008, and then to 2010. So 2008, 2012, I separated in my marriage, and at that point, I really started to again honor myself and my space and what I wanted out of my life, and continued on that path. And then in 2016, I started to have major awakenings, like channeling all the time, a lot of otherworldly synchronicities, seeing things that and hearing things that are otherworldly, and they
they're
weren't
not
just
inside of you. They're just not. You know that they're
no,
coming from somewhere else.
right. And it's, again, I know it's probably very woo woo for certain people, but a lot of
Oh no, honey, I get you.
a lot of
I hear my name being
alien,
called all the time, and there's nobody there.
right,
And I'm not. I'm my,
interdimensionals and things of that
yes,
nature. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is
yes.
really happening. So like everything started to kick up a notch. And then I'm trying to think what skill set has come to the table most recent. Oh, past life channelings. That just started to come out of nowhere. I never practiced it. I never worked on it, but all of a sudden I'm able to dig back to past lives for people. And it's just as clear as day as if I'm seeing a movie, like I could see their other life. So
that's really important and powerful because people don't understand. My grandmother did past life regressions. If you've ever seen that movie Practical Magic, the two aunts,
yes, of
that
course.
was my grandmother.
Oh my gosh, midnight margaritas.
Yes, that was us. Except we're a very political, well-known, educated family. We weren't the like woo-woo, so you'd never expect that from some of us.
Right.
Except Rainy Day, that really is my name. My mother's the middle child. She's a founding member of Burning Man, so that explains a lot. But I never did any of that. Yeah, I'm like the straightest arrow person. I don't never know. But what I love about what you're saying, past lives, I do that as well. I came up with a past life blueprint thing, but people don't understand how that's affecting their current life. And also, when you open one ability, the other abilities start just forming because now you're aware and you're open to that energy. It's almost like you're tuned into that energetic Wi-Fi now. So you're screwed. Now more and more is going to keep coming. So tell us, you see pictures of past lives. Like, can you give us like an example of one without losing confidentiality? Because we're professionals, but can you give us an example of where you did, like where that came through a reading, the past life?
Yes. So let's see. So as to not break confidentiality, actually, I'll use myself and another person. Can we do that?
Yeah, of course. Do whatever you want, honey.
Okay. So I had a lifetime back in the 40s where I was a dancer on stage. That was the only lifetime that I've had that I did not utilize any sort of magic or psychic ability or anything. Every other lifetime I've had, I have been a healer or something energy wise. But that lifetime was my creative lifetime. And I was on stage and like living that dream. So I've used my magic for different purposes.
That's beautiful.
And yeah, and honestly, that lifetime, an ex of mine and I had, okay, so I had a fear of falling through these subway grates in Manhattan, an unnatural fear. And I couldn't figure it out for years until I started to really get into meditation. And I saw myself, I saw myself falling through the subway grate and my outfit and everything.
Oh, bingo. There you go.
And I saw myself, and it was like, I couldn't see like my face but I was like looking at myself, like looking up and seeing like being on the ground through the subway grate and like feeling the fall and the whole thing.
Well, you're in the body in that lifetime.
Right, in that lifetime, exactly. And so an ex of mine and I were in that lifetime together, and there was, he was creative as well, a writer. And once I had my untimely passing, he didn't do well in that lifetime. He ended his life. Oh. And in speaking about it, we were in the same lifetime, and there was another person that was in this lifetime that was on a motorcycle. And I knew this ex in this lifetime is very much into scooters and motorcycles and such. But in that lifetime, he did not ride. He was a writer, like a writer, an author.
Right.
And so I had lovingly come in contact with a roommate. And it turns out that this gentleman that I had been seeing in my regression or my channeling of my past life was on a motorcycle. And it turns out it was him. It was my roommate.
Oh my goodness.
And we had an instant kinship. We had an instant kinship, and he has always been very much like loved like New York and New York culture. And he's from Florida. He's born and raised in Tampa. So it just didn't make sense, like his affinity for this like culture. And he was like all about Queens, like he loved Queens, New York. And I'm like, why Queens? Like, I don't understand. And then like as time went by and we did some journey work together, I got that channel that he was this motorcycle boy from Queens. And for both of them, I had to come into this lifetime with them to heal that karma, because it was such an abrupt goodbye that they didn't get that with me. Like they both loved me and I loved them, but we didn't get a goodbye. And I was like this, beautiful, dancer on the stage, and, very magnetic. And so the loss to them was very great in that lifetime. And so now in this lifetime, we've come to heal. So,
and when you started talking about the roommate, your whole energy just lit up as though there was a deeper connection there. Oh my gosh, that is so fascinating.
He and I have been through many lifetimes together, actually. And it's funny, like I really thought, I know it's so cliche and common nowadays. I thought my twin flame was like my multiple lifetime person, but I have a few of those. And through this journey,
we do.
I figured it out, and how that karma plays off and plays out in this lifetime. And if it's going to work out in a lifetime, this is the one to work it out in, because there's just so much turmoil and there's room for accelerated healing. That's what we're doing here.
Oh, know what? We need to have like a little, maybe wine with two psychics or something and talk about this, because we have to do this seriously, like once a month or once every other week, because I'm on the same page as you. I know exactly where you're going, because I feel the same way. And it's all coming through download. Well, honey, is there anything else? We're almost out of time. Is there anything else that you'd like us to know about you that we may not have covered? I'm sure there's a lot, but is there the one thing that you want to convey?
Next time.
Yeah, there will be a next time.
Yes, indeed. Is there anything that I'd like to convey? Not really about myself. I mean, if anybody has any questions, they can reach me on my social. I have my Facebook business page.
And I'll post that into YouTube, but where we can find you on Facebook at, what is it called? Your
LunaDee's Practioner of Intuitive Healing Arts.
LunaDee's, LunaDeee, Practioner of Healing Arts.
Intuitive Healing Arts.
Intuitive Healing Arts.
Mhm.
Perfect. So guys, DM her, get in touch with her. I don't know about you, but I'm in love with this beautiful soul, her gifts, her energy, just that the way that she just has evolved and how she just knows her shit.
And you can too. Not you, like the general you. Everyone can do this.
Yes.
Anyone can do this. Like, I'm not special. Like, I love what I do, and that's what makes it special.
And you can tell.
Anyone can do it.
You love it. I love that. See, there's her final message. She is special. So I'm gonna veto that because she's pretty damn special. I really, really am so honored that you chose to take this leap of faith with me. Oh, LunaDee, you're amazing. I cannot wait. More to come. Thank you for your time, and I will talk to you soon. Everybody, look her up on Facebook. Look her up. DM her on Facebook, or I don't know. I think it's I am. I don't even know. But Facebook is where you can find her. Until next time, my sweet friend, have a beautiful evening. Take care, and we will talk to everybody soon. We're coming to you, maybe with some wine.
We are. That's right.
Take care, love. Bye-bye.